The two immediate past regents of Dagbon, the Bolinlana Mahamadou Abdullahi and the Kampakuyana Abdullahi Yakubu Andani, and other prominent chiefs in the Dagbon Kingdom have met with the Northern Regional Security Council to dialogue on how to resolve chieftaincy disputes that are emanating after the restoration of peace in Dagbon. The move has been hailed considering the difference that existed between the two princes of Dagbon in the past. Addressing the media after the meeting, the Northern Regional Minister Salifu Said said the Regional Security Council had recognized the need to use homegrown traditions to resolve the chieftaincy dispute in the Dagbon traditional area. He said the traditional area has witnessed some turbulence in the past, and there is a need to nip those that are rising at the moment in the bud.
Regional Coordinated Council with our revered chiefs from Dagbon, composed of the immediate former regents of Dagbon, who are now the Yona, that is the chief of Savulgo, and then Nyam Lana, also the chief of Nyang. Regional Security Council, we have recognized the need to use homegrown traditional solutions to tackle our chieftaincy issues in our part of the country. We have witnessed some few disturbances within the Dagbon traditional area, and we just need to nip it in the bud so that it doesn't grow to degenerate into any unacceptable violent conflict in Dagbon. Given the fact that Dagbon now have peace, this one is just a tabula. That is the issue of partner, and we have come out with very concrete strategies to put a finality so that that community problem will be solved, and that is why we are here. And we believe strongly that the total peace that we have been looking for, we are there. Thank you very much. If you are dealing with security issues and mediation, you don't use the strategies to relay it to the public domain. If not, a strategy that is known to the public is no more a strategy. So therefore, I just want to put it at this point that for the fact that physically you have even seen them, they have moved out of the domains of the Myang traditional area and that of the Yo traditional area, and then also we have Tolen now, who is a seasoned, experienced, retired security officer, has come to put his expertise, looking at it and marrying it with traditional methodology of solving problems to enhance and enrich the discussions of wrestling. So that thing alone tells you that no, these strategies that we are going to use is very solid. Physically, what you see in them alone, it speaks volumes.
So are we able to tell us some of the...
As the Northern Regional Minister there addressing the media after that very crucial meeting, Martina Bugri has been monitoring for us. She joins us on the line. Hello, Martina. Martina, bring us up to speed on what exactly necessitated this meeting today.
You know that we have seen some disturbances in Paksanga, we have seen some disturbances in Paha, and some around some of the communities in the Solon traditional area. And so these are small clashes that are coming up, and the Regional Security Council sees that it's going to be a threat to the security that they have been able to do all these years and the final peace that they have restored in Dagbon. And so they decided to bring the two princes who wield so much power and so much supporters to speak with them and how they can together as one develop strategies to be able to tackle some of these issues that are emanating so that we don't have a full-blown conflict coming up again.
Yeah, so Martina, we know about the recent Batinga disturbances and we know how terrible that was. You've also mentioned the other places. Recently, the Yana himself was here in Accra visiting the Jubilee House and he raised this issue. Has this got anything to do with that particular meeting?
Yes, it's one of the issues that came up, and the minister assured that they are putting up measures to be able to resolve those issues, and that's the issue of Nantong. It says that the category of chiefs that met today, we had a security expert, and amongst them, and that's the chief of Tolong. It says that he plays a very crucial role in bringing piecing out these pieces together so that they'll be able to resolve these issues. And he says that it's not just going to be just security, they're also going to look at tradition. And with all these people in the lead, they are very certain that they will bring a finality to all these conflicts that are emanating.
Now let's talk about today's meeting. The Bolin Lana was there, the Kampakuyana was there. These two people were the regents for Yendi for a very long time. And so you mentioned the context about the sort of power and the sort of influence they wield in this. At the meeting, were you allowed in there? Were you able to see, or are you able to speak about the dynamics of their presence there?
We were not allowed into the meeting, but they were present when the minister addressed the press. And everything the minister said, they agreed to it. And some of them, even in the background, contributed to some of the things, to tell the public that indeed it was something mutually they have agreed to be passed.
But they do not give us any details of what is going to happen or what the consensus is from this meeting, apart from what the minister said to you.
Yes, he says that it's supposed to be a strategy, and once it borders on security, telling us about it would mean that unveiling something that is supposed to guide them, and that could hinder the process they want to go through.
Give us an update on the Patenga situation, Martina.
We are told that currently people are returning back to the town. The chief of Patenga had made an appeal that the people had lost their homes and belongings and foodstuffs, and so there was the need for help. And so he appealed to benevolent organizations and Ghanaians as a whole, and even people outside Ghana to help. Now today the minister says that they have begun assessing the place. Those who were displaced, they are being assessed, and very soon they'll be mobilizing food and other logistics to the area.
Is there anything else we should know, Martina, before you go?
There was also a handing over of ambulances to the chiefs who were there with their people, and they were excited that government had come with these initiatives. The Jonas spoke on behalf of the chiefs of the region, and he says that it's a very good initiative, and all he appealed for was that the culture of maintenance should be inculcated. These ambulances in the next 2-3 months would not be grounded.
It's interesting that you mentioned the ambulance story, because we've been monitoring as well, and we know that at least in the central region, when we bring that story, in the central region there was a recommissioning, in the Volta region there was a recommissioning. Is that story the same as what you have there? Did the minister take all the ambulances and recommission them?
The minister took over the keys from the regional chair of the ambulance commission, and that is Dr. Gandal. He handed over the keys to the minister, who intended handed over to the various constituencies.
And this was done at this particular meeting, or it was done elsewhere?
It was done after the meeting. Now, the meeting just coincided with the handing over, because from the director of ambulance in the region, he said that they had been instructed to ensure that they hand over the vehicles to the ministers by close of day. And so it was a program that had been scheduled for today. And the meeting had also come in because there was a need to tackle the other issues. And so after the meeting, the minister and his team just walked into the area where the ambulances were parked, and then the minister received the ambulances involved. Now the chief of Saviligo, who is the Yona, was there, the Tolon chief was there, and the Miao chief was there. So they were part of those who received their ambulances on behalf of their constituencies.
Very well, Martina, thank you very much for that addition. Martina Bugri there reporting live from the northern region, where a meeting has just been held by the Regional Security Council meeting has been held in collaboration or together with the former regents of Dagbon, that is Kampakuyana and Bolinana. They are now chiefs of Myong and Sabalugu. They came together to deal with what looks like an emerging threat to the peace process that has gone on in Yendi, talking about some of the disturbances in Batinga, in Baha, and of course in Nantong. They're looking to solve that problem with a strategy they say they've come up with, which they would not reveal to the media. But also, Martina reported about the recommissioning, if you like, of the ambulances. The ambulances that reached the region has also been recommissioned. But we'll tell you about how it was done in the Volta region and how it was done in the Central region, special separate ceremonies. And then we'll take your thoughts on this. You can share with us on our WhatsApp platform and also on our social media platforms.